Hello and welcome to today's reading for Twin Flames for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine and the current union energy going on. So I feel like we've really got some similar energy that's really drawing momentum since yesterday. So I did again do a crystal angel card and I don't know, I just feel like there's something here. Perhaps there's a lot of upheaval. There's also the eclipse coming on along with the full moon. And yeah, my cat agrees. So I don't know if you can hear her, but I can. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with the cards. Today I have the Divine Animals Oracle by Stacey Demarco. And like I just said, I have the Crystal Angels card. No, Luna. That's my cat. By Doreen Virtue originally. So let's start the Divine Masculine today and see what's going on. And we have strategy. Yes, the fox. And I feel like I pulled this not super long ago for the DM as well. And yeah, it's like, feeling foxy. So there's some strategy going on for love, right? Like, how is the Divine Masculine going to move towards what he's feeling in his heart? So he's putting some logic to that, and you can see that this like woman animal with the umbrella is underground, but there's light coming in and it's bright. So there's light coming to a situation where maybe it wasn't totally in the dark, but it also wasn't totally in the light. And there's protection here, so that's interesting, like from too much sun, like from too much exposure. So the Divine Masculine is really compassionately like working through this with himself, and this is also thanks to the Divine Feminine, being compassionate. And just, doing the spiritual work. So, yeah, and there's a sense of a deeper understanding for the Divine Masculine of like who he is to himself too. So I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, like feeling the logic in his heart, like really having that click on a deeper level. That feeling of really what it means to fully feel your feelings and be able to actually allow reality to shine its light there. Like, oh, this is real. This is what I feel and this is what I experience. And yeah, there's something to this. So going deeper there and creating strategy from that place is very powerful. So there's a lot of power in this card that's quiet. It's in that stage, keeping it on the DL, but it's there. So let's move on to the Divine Feminine. And we have, how cute. Look at that. A gorilla. Peace. Wow, so peaceful. I feel like this is actually how the DF is feeling about her man. So, maybe you've been healing issues. If you have any dad issues or lack of dad issues, abandonment or it could be abuse, or just it could be more nuanced things too, but healing through essentially how you feel about Divine Masculine energy in general, and not hiding your heart from it, right? Just allowing yourself to fully embrace that energy and just to love it. And there's just a deeper sense of peace there in that place where it's feeling just easy, there's a sense of ease here. And another thing about the gorillas, they're they're big. They're not like an animal you're gonna like mess with, right? And there's something about that piece too, and the divine feminine finding her power as well, like, and finding peace in that, like, there's nothing there for her to do but to love, because she's not leaking her energy, being worried that she's not like protected, you know, like or a false sense of like victimhood or anything, like really healing through that kind of stuff. So it's really nice. And there's also fluffy clouds. Somehow it appears that this gorilla might be looking at Earth. Not sure, but that's interesting. Maybe it's another planet, you know, symbolism. And this is number 1, so it also speaks to new beginnings. Peace brings a foundation of new beginnings, right? So it's like when you have that brick laid of peace, you get to like relax and enjoy that and let the new come in and surrender to that. It's very beautiful. So now we will move on to the union energy between the two. And we'll just do the card that's on top. I don't know, tough choice. Appetite. Yeah, I don't know, makes me think of like your appetite, you know, but I don't think that's the meaning of the stone, not really sure. Progress, not perfection. Don't compare yourself to others or judge yourself. Instead, focus upon how far you've come and all that you've learned. Well, how perfect, right? Like, and it really does speak to these cards and reaching a new place, like within oneself, to be able to, you know, kind of have this something renewed, something new that you're able to build on top of this new foundation, or this like new level of foundation of peace. And it is progress, not perfection. So that really speaks to me to like Mercury retrograde and things like, oh cool, I got it. Oh wait, a little bit. And yeah, you know, just goof ups, or maybe like slip ups in your language, you know, being too hard on yourself for how you're communicating something. Remember, Mercury retrograde is like all about like reevaluating how you communicate, and so you're gonna usually face like, I mean, it could feel like a challenge, or could even just feel like a little bit, more complicated than it needs to be to like put your words together, or looking for how to describe an experience, or maybe not, or maybe like going deeper with your experience and the facts, and then also like your feelings, and being able to put all that together too. And also the projects that you're working on. Perhaps you've had goals that you haven't met or something like that. And just know like your work is seen and it's enough. Like if you're on it and you're doing everything you can, you know, from a place of peace and love to the, you know, as best as you can, right? You know, you're going to have upsets, sure. But just like know that, yeah, God completely sees that, and the universe is working in your favor and sees what you're doing. Like when you invest with your heart into what you're doing, and you know what I mean by that, I think it's just like you're truly invested in something from a desire to do it, and it's never wasted. So even if it takes you in a different direction or takes a little bit longer, is not currently, you know, showing you what you want to see, let's say financially, or you can also, of course, speak to your twin flame relationship too, if that's really your main focus right now, your twin flame union. So but yeah, like it doesn't mean that it's not like the progress isn't being made. So don't be a perfectionist. Just, it is a good time to really actually focus on the positive here. Of course, you know, you don't need to go like forgetting about the things you need to take care of in order to focus on the positive, but you can't beat yourself up over stuff that's out of your control, right? There's no point to that. And just learn the lesson, choose to learn it. So let's move on to the last card. What is it gonna be? Okay, Peregrine Falcon. Well, Falcon. Observation. Interesting. Yeah, well, the DM and the DF are checking each other out on a deeper level, I would say. That's one meaning here. And there's also like a more like a more bird's eye kind of view of your union that you're both able to see as well, and an easier way for God to share that vision with you as you open up to it. And I'm gonna just like find the Oracle deck guidebook for this and just like read the first little part. I think it'll help just kind of wrap this up. So it's number 25. It's 1/4 of 100. So yeah, like something about foundation there too, I would say. Okay, we're almost there. We're at the horse. Where is it? Man, there's a lot written about this horse. Okay. Observation. Take a step back and simply observe a situation. Listen and watch before you decide on a course of action, as acting rashly will not serve you in your current situation. You are being supported by powerful forces. Do not fear, you are protected. Well, that's a really cool message, and I think it really speaks perfectly to what I was saying, and also to this card, progress, not perfection. And just, yeah, like that observing phase where you don't need to like move forward in a way that doesn't feel good or be hard on yourself because, again, like something's not quite clicking into place yet. This is clearly like indicating that it's time to really not wait for it to happen, but observe and just like move forward from that guided place when and how you feel called to. And yeah, knowing that you're protected, that's always a really nice message to receive, right? Like you're protected in your observation, so it's also safe to call in full clarity to what it is that you feel like you're seeing, what you're encountering in your life, and to just go deeper there. And you know that you don't have to do anything about it right away. I think sometimes we think it once we realize something or whatever that like we need to do something right away, but that's not always how things work, right? Like you can't come up with some brilliant idea and necessarily make it change the world overnight. It's usually not the case, even if you have, a plan, let's say, for all of it. So whatever it is, whatever that like brilliance is within you that you're observing in that next level, like, where and you're seeing more clarity, could also speak to perhaps like past memories that are becoming clearer, and it's going to help you heal something, from your childhood or other parts of your past. And yeah, like again, just because you notice something and you see something clear for the first time, before you like go to take action, you can just fully feel through everything and allow the action to come to you, allow God to move through you, right? It doesn't mean like, wait for someone to like hold your hand up and, dial numbers on the phone or something. Like there's no divine force that's gonna move through you in a way that makes you feel like you're not doing it. I guess hopefully that goes without saying, but I think sometimes we can get a little bit carried away with how action occurs, and that we are co-creators and we're very powerful beings, so it is in our hands to take action, but it's also safe to trust that you do receive, in the most compassionate way for you, what it is that action can look like coming through you. And sometimes it's a very fast thing, like, oh, I remembered I needed to turn here in my car, and like that kind of a thing. And sometimes it's something that, as the DM's card suggests, requires more strategy. So, and yeah, I mean, the other side of the strategy, it's interesting because we have the DM underground, and we have the DF clearly observing from a higher place, and then we have the middle animal card really suggesting, this like overall observatory energy. So keep it all in mind and just center yourself, and have a wonderful rest of your week going into the weekend, and I will see you again soon. Hit the subscribe button and get notified if you want to see when my readings come out each time, and check out the links below. I do private readings for a small fee, and I also do coaching to support you on your twin flame journey, and there's other resources down there too. So take care, and I will see you again soon. Love you guys. Bye.